Welcome to the 2023 Spring Band Concert. My name is Joe Santinello, and I'm the band director here. I know most of you, and I'm really excited to be featuring all of our concert bands tonight here at the Spring Band Concert. Right behind me on stage, we have our concert band. There's about 50 students in the concert band. We have our Symphonic band and wind ensemble students over there, taking up a bunch of space. All in all, we have over 160 students in band here at North Penn High School. We're really proud of them. They've been working really hard, and it's like an awesome opportunity here at the end of the year to kind of show you what we've been up to since the winter concert. So we're gonna play a couple notes real quick here with the concert band, and then we'll be ready to start. That was it. I told you we were going to play a couple of notes. Two notes. As I mentioned, this is concert band. Concert band meets all together twice per cycle. So we have a really nice group here. They haven't performed since the winter concert, and I think you're in for a treat. They've really worked hard on a whole bunch of music here. The first piece we're going to play is called Critical Mass. It's by Todd Stalter. It's really fast and exciting. It's going to feature some great percussion playing, some really flashy woodwind stuff, and some exciting brass. It's got something for everybody, so we hope you enjoy Critical Mass. our next piece is way different than that. So if you didn't like that, here you go, something different. A really, really, really pretty piece I found, which I thought would be nice to follow up that explosive, dynamic opener that we just did. It's called The Crystal Fountain, and it's arranged by Brian Valmages. And it's based on a hymn, and the hymn is called Guide Me, O Thou Great Redeemer, which is possibly not a very familiar name, although some of you might recognize the melody. It's really pretty. It's going to feature some nice little solos and solis throughout. It's going to feature some nice mallet percussion in there as well. And it's going to allow me to catch my breath after the first piece. So this is called The Crystal Fountain by Brian Valmages. want to say a couple of things. Number one, it's been a lot of work to put this music together, as I said, and these kids have had a lot to think about. They've been very busy the last few weeks. Many of these students were busy taking AP tests the last couple of weeks, and keystones, and just lots of, I wouldn't say disruptions, but lots of like changes to their daily routine. Lots of things taking kids out of rehearsal, and yet they were still able to put together a really nice and impressive concert. So I'm very proud of them. Part of the reason the band sounds so great, a big reason, is the leadership of our seniors. So I want to take a moment now to recognize all the seniors in the concert band. And I'm going to start in the back. They're going to wave to you. Our senior percussionists are Katie Kaiser and Juhun Kim. Well, yeah. I'll do our back row. In the back row, we have a couple seniors on tuba, Brady Riley, on euphonium, Michael Dugan. We'll save our applause to the end, otherwise we'll be here till like 9:30. So, on trombone, Nicholas Nardone. On alto saxophone, Gite Choi and Brittany Zhang. On French horn, Joshua Kim. On clarinet, Johnny Meng and Connor Wireman. And stand up, boys, let's go. And Abby Keogh on clarinet. And that is all our seniors. Give them a round of applause. I want to tell you a little bit about our last piece. It's really big. It's called Ayo, and it's written by Kataj Copley, who's a really young composer. I'm going to read his program notes to you so you can get an idea for the vibe of the piece. It says, salutations, greetings, hello, hi, hey, yo, ayo. These terms, along with countless others, have been used to greet people throughout history. However, the term ayo is different. Rooted from hip-hop and jazz culture, ayo is built in the black language. It's used to tell when something is right, when something is wrong, when something is awesome, and when something is too sweet for words. Its use is seen with your closest people, your family, or the people that you know best. It's personal. In short, ayo is a personal embrace that represents life. With this piece, I wanted to build the kind of embrace you would get from this word alone, while also honoring its beginnings, using hip-hop rhythms and colorful harmonies. By the end of the piece, we, the listeners, go from uncertainty to home, and with the uniqueness of the piece, we in turn celebrate not only a word like ayo, but also celebrate life. So this is our final piece for concert band. We hope you enjoy Kataj Copley's Ayo. Thank you, North Bend High School Concert Band. All right, I hope no one was timing us. That might have been longer than 4 minutes, but here is the Symphonic Band behind me. Symphonic Band is going to play 5 pieces for you tonight, and I promise it won't be like, you won't be like, oh my gosh, 5 pieces. They're really, really cool pieces. They all have something neat and interesting about them, and they're all connected in some way. I like to have a theme for a concert. Usually the theme is things that I think will educate the children well. But this time I was able to find things that were educational and have a little bit of a theme, and I think you'll be able to figure out the theme as we go along. But they're all, well, I won't tell you, I'll let you try to figure it out. This first piece is called Mother Earth by David Mislenko, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it real quick, because you hear a name like Mother Earth, and you might expect something that sounds nothing like what this piece sounds like. So I will tell you what David Mislenko had to say about it. Actually, I don't think I will, because it's not written on this piece of paper. I'll tell you off the top of my head. This piece is written kind of as a response to our planet's current situation, and how we need to make sure that we are being good stewards of the planet. And so it's a little bit angry. It's kind of lashing out a little bit, like, hey, wake up! We need to take care of our home. That's kind of the vibe of this piece. So it's Mother Earth, but it's really a call to action. And David Mislenko says himself, I don't think this piece is going to solve any sort of a global planet crisis that we're having, but I do think it kind of inspires us to think a little bit about our home. So this is Mother Earth. Cool, so yeah, it's a little unexpected, right? Pretty awesome, very challenging piece. I think they did a great job. Let's give another round of applause. Our second piece is to contrast that a little bit. It's called Earth Song, and it's a very calm, peaceful piece written by a great composer named Frank Kelly. And so this will kind of like calm everybody down a little bit. It's really beautiful. We hope you enjoy it. It's called Earth Song. All right, I'm gonna stall a little bit because I know percussion has a lot to get ready for this next piece. As you might guess, it's called Drums of the Samis, and so there's gonna feature a lot of drums. In addition to that percussion, I'll tell you a little bit about this piece. It is written about it was actually written for the town of Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. And in Canada, they call their native people the First People, or First Nation. And so this piece was written to honor the tradition of the First Nation people that still live and are very much a part of the culture in Alberta, Canada. And so the composer, Samuel Hazo, tried to do his best to illustrate the traditions of the First Nation as well as the modernity of the modern cities that are there. And so you'll hear two main things in this piece. And they didn't know I was going to tell them to do this, but they're going to do this. Ready, flutes? The motive that represents the native people and their traditions and their music is played by the flutes and some other people, but you're going to hear the flutes do it first. So flutes, let's play that theme at measure 19. Ready? Pretty cool, right? And then you'll hear another motive that's very, very different that is supposed to represent the modern era and the more, I guess I would say again, progressive or modern society that lives in Alberta as well. And that is represented by this theme that's played by the trumpets and a whole bunch of other people, but the trumpets are going to demonstrate it for us. So obviously very different. So you're going to hear some of the native music, you're going to hear some of the modern music, and then about halfway through the piece, you're going to hear both of those things together, which represents how in Alberta they try and they pride themselves on honoring the First Nations traditions and customs and merging it with other cultures. And it's a really cool piece, and maybe now you have some kind of idea of what to listen for as you hear it. So this is Drums of the Samis by Samuel Hazo.
as I said, Symphonic Band has done an awesome job this year. I don't think I've ever done a concert where I had a band play 5 pieces, but they've just been really eating it up. They've been learning, they've been working hard. They're really fun to work with. I totally enjoy Symphonic Band every day. We have Symphonic Band 2nd period and 6th period, which is a challenge they've had to overcome. This band never meets as a full band except at our dress rehearsal and our concert. So it's really amazing how they put things together. So they've done a great job, really proud of them. They are going to go to a Music in the Parks festival tomorrow for an adjudicated performance, and then they're going to go ride some roller coasters at Dorney Park, and I think they really deserve it, and I'm excited. And I need to know who are the front row roller coaster addicts, because I want to hang out with you, all right? Let's talk afterwards. Got to do front row on every ride, all right? Cool. This next piece is really interesting because it's brand new. We were part of a commission, a consortium that commissioned this piece, meaning a bunch of colleges and high schools put money together to commission an artist to write a brand new piece of music, and the result is this piece, Monarch Migration. It's written by a Mexican composer. Her name is Nubia Jaime Don Juan, and she is really kind of an up-and-comer in the wind composition world, and this is one of her first pieces for the full concert band. So we're kind of excited that we got to help create this piece. It's really interesting. You will definitely hear her Mexican influence. You'll definitely hear some native influence in this piece as well. And it's obviously about the migration of the monarch butterflies, which really connects Pennsylvania and Mexico, which is pretty neat. So we're excited to play this for you, Monarch Migration by Nubia Jaime Don Juan. All right. We have a lot of awesome seniors in our symphonic band as well, so I want to take a moment to recognize them. And for the seniors in general, it's pretty impressive. They have been in band, almost all of them, since 4th grade, so that's 9 years of their lives they've dedicated to these instruments. Certainly worth noting that their first year of band at the high school here was pretty weird, very interesting, lots of virtual band and things like that. Certainly not what they signed up for, but I want to applaud the seniors for sticking through it and sticking with it, and hopefully the last couple of years, especially this year, is more what they were thinking about when they signed up for high school band. So they're a very special class. They're a resilient class. They've been great leaders in all 3 of our bands. So let's acknowledge these seniors, and again, let's hold our applause to the end, as we can give them all one big rapturous roar of applause at the end. We'll start in our percussion section. Give us a wave back there. Seniors Aaron Delgado and Agnes Walker, and then stand up in the back row. Trumpets, we have Lance Angle, June Kim, Nathan Bermel. Trombones, Ian Schmids and Ryan Reddy. Tuba, Devin Siegel and Caden Ellis. Barry sax, Joshua Reed. Tenor sax, Alex Auk. Let's see, flutes, oh my goodness, Holly Kennedy. And, is that the only senior flute? Oh, thank goodness. We have plenty of flutes coming back. That's great. Clarinet, Sammy Reamer and Katie Hinderleiter. And unfortunately, almost our entire bass clarinet section. Matthew Wenner, Serenity Tony Williams, and David Lyons. And goodness, did I forget anybody? Awesome. Let's applaud our seniors. Truly an awesome group of human beings. I mean, they're great musicians, but they're also just great people to be around, and I've gotten really used to having them around the past 3 years, and I'm really going to miss them. Really going to miss them a lot. So, without any further ado, well, there'll be a little bit of ado here, because I'm going to read you a story again. The last piece is called Trail of Tears. It's written by a great composer, James Barnes. And I thought he could say what needs to be said about this piece better than anyone else could. It's actually sort of an older piece. It was written in 1989. I was 2 years old. And it was written in 1989 because that was the 150th anniversary, if you will, of the Trail of Tears. And I'll try to give you a short version of what he said. Obviously, I think many of you are familiar with the Trail of Tears and that atrocity. He calls it one of the most cruel, unjust, and embarrassing official actions in the history of the United States government. And here's what he says at the end. I wrote this piece because I believe it is imperative that we remain constantly aware that we are just as capable as any other nation of committing crimes against people who are weaker or different from us, regardless of our form of government and no matter what high aspirations we might espouse every year on the 4th of July. One needs only to recall the internment in concentration camps of Japanese Americans on the West Coast and Hawaii during the first dark months of World War II to realize that events such as the Trail of Tears are still within the realm of possibility in the land of the free and the home of the brave. We must continue to acknowledge these highly distasteful episodes in our history in order to ensure that drastic overreactions such as these do not recur in the future of our nation. At the end of this piece, you're going to hear the students reciting a poem. It's in Cherokee, and I will tell you the translation of that poem right now. The translation is this. Let us mourn those who have died. Let us mourn those who are dying. Let us mourn those who must endure. It's a really, really emotional piece. It's a beautiful work of art. We've had a lot of, I guess I would say there's been a lot of passion going into this piece. They've really enjoyed putting it together for you. We hope you enjoy this experience with us. The North Penn High School Symphonic Band. All right, this is our wind ensemble. I appreciate your patience as we switched bands and we got all kinds of percussion stuff rearranged. You guys almost ready back there? Jacob, how you feel? Good? All right, good. Hey, Jacob Johnson's here, everybody. It sure is. This is our wind ensemble. Wind ensemble has had an amazing year. I could go on and on about the really great experiences we've had and the awesome performances we've made together. It's been an absolute pleasure working with this group. This is pretty much, we're getting to the end, almost our last performance together. So it's kind of bittersweet, but we'll enjoy the sweet parts tonight, and we'll worry about the bitter stuff later. We're going to start with a piece called Fanfare Hayabusa. We played this earlier in the year, but we played it at the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association Conference, so a lot of you were not able to see it. We thought it would be a great way to start our program, and it's a really cool piece, so we think more people need to see it. It's by a Japanese composer named Satoshi Yagasawa. Really cinematic. It's kind of a fan favorite, and here it goes. Okay, I think they're warmed up. I want to take a moment to thank a whole bunch of people. First of all, I want to thank our school board that supports music tirelessly in this school district. I always say that things like this and some of the other things you saw this year, like the production of Frozen and all the amazing things our jazz groups are doing, like those are not accidental. They come from great school boards and great administrations that support and care for music and care about these kids. So let's give our administration and our school board a big round of applause. I want to thank NPTV and Mr. Gilmer and everybody who works, Mrs. Fakish, and everybody else that works with NPTV, always being there for us and making sure that everyone that's not here in person today gets to see the amazing work that all these kids are doing. So thank you to NPTV. You guys are awesome. I also want to thank our middle school and elementary school teachers, a lot of whom are watching right here in the auditorium with us. Some of them are at home watching in the comfort of their living rooms. But again, that's another thing, like this isn't an accident. It comes from amazing teachers at the middle and elementary school level. We are like really lucky and really blessed to have those great teachers in our school district. So let's thank all of our elementary and middle school teachers. Two of whom were here tonight to help warm up the bands, Mr. Orhowski and Mr. Deval, so we want to thank them especially as well. Cool. And also want to thank all of you parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and everybody who has helped support the kids in music and sticking with band for all these years. Certainly, I know there was some sounds at the very beginning that didn't quite sound like that, probably a little bit different. And you, parents and grandparents and friends and family, kept supporting them, kept encouraging them, and got them to stick with it. And now they can do this, which is pretty cool. So thank you, parents and families, for supporting the kids in band. All right. The next piece is, well, it's pretty crazy. It's called Lincolnshire Posy, and it's probably one of the most famous band pieces of all time. It's very challenging, so we've had a lot of fun digging into it. I can't conduct this piece with just any band. There is not a lot of bands at the high school level that could handle a work of this nature. It's very, very, very challenging in so many different ways, as you're about to hear. It's really fun. It's really quirky. I'll give you like the 30-second version of the piece. Percy Granger, kind of crazy Australian dude, moves to England. This is about 1900, decides it would be really neat to use this new invention that he has called the wax cylinder recorder, and he wants to walk around the English countryside, particularly in a place called Lincolnshire, and he wants to record really elderly people singing folk songs from their childhood. And that's what he does. He goes door to door, walking around, hey, may I come in and record you singing a song? And so he records all of these people singing these really, really old folk songs so that they didn't get lost. He was afraid that they would no one wrote them down, they would just disappear. So then, fast forward 30 years, he goes, you know what I could do? I could make a band piece out of all these really funky little songs that I have. But instead of making it like a really pretty band piece, he decided to try to make the band sound exactly how the elderly people sang the songs, with like really irregular rhythms and like really strange, quirky things happening all the time. Some of the people were singing to him on their deathbed, literally in hospitals. So it's kind of strange. You're gonna hear some really like strange stuff. You're gonna hear some like really beautiful and cool stuff as well. I think that was more than 30 seconds. Anyway, it's a monumental work. It's been a lot of effort and sweat and whatever, probably some tears. From us. So we're really excited to play it for you. It is in 6 movements, and traditionally you do not applaud between movements. So if you can hold your applause till the very, very end of the piece, I know it's gonna be tough, but we appreciate that. This is Percy Granger's Lincolnshire Posy. So that was kind of a lot. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked most of it. I mean, it's not for everybody. There's some weird stuff in there, but we really liked playing it. We all have our favorites. I think we had a little bracket going yesterday of everybody ranking all their favorite movements of that. So my favorite was number 5. It's really loud. That's kind of fun. Anyways, I want to recognize our Wind Ensemble seniors before we play our last piece. I want to thank all of you for being here at this concert and watching along at home. It's kind of crazy. I was thinking before we came here today, like, this represents a whole year's worth of work, a whole year's worth of really amazing practicing and rehearsal together, and hard work, and hopefully a little bit of fun too. But it's been an awesome year. I'm a little bit distraught about our seniors leaving, but I guess that's how it goes. And I wish I could keep them, but I guess they need to go off and do great things other places. So let's introduce our seniors. We'll hold our applause to the end. In the percussion section, we have Sophia Yu. Give us a wave there. All right, and in the tubas, we have Brady Riley. Trombones, Simon Baxter and Ryan Perez. Trumpets, Aiden Hayes, Kevin Brandis, Benjamin Buchholz. French horns, Megan Neild and Michelle Schwartz. Saxophones, Alex Barthelmess, Rachel McCloskey, Calvin Kaiser, and now we are in clarinet land. Bass clarinets, Brendan Diffley. Bassoon, Daniel Schutz. Clarinets, Yash Prabhu and Connor Wireman. Oboes, oh my gosh, both of the oboes have to graduate. This is unacceptable. I maybe can try to fail one of them, or both. Cameron Pelletier and Abigail Holmberg. Flutes, piccolo, Charlotte Jaffe, and flute, Lily Wang and Lily Wolf, and Krathija Ragmohan. And I think that's everyone. Did I miss anyone? The little clarinet, E-flat clarinet, Holly Kennedy. It's because I announced you earlier, I got confused. And behind me, Sammy Reamer on the bass. I think that's everybody. Let's give it a hand for the seniors. They are amazing. So our last piece is going to feature our gigantic low brass section. They're amazing. I'm sure you've heard it already, but this features the low brass section for sure. It's a really wonderful march called National Emblem. You will hear a little tune in there that I'm sure you'll recognize. And so thanks again for being here. Hope you enjoyed the concert. We'd love to talk to some of you afterwards. And if I don't see you, have a wonderful rest of the school year, a great summer, and great things ahead. All right, thank you very much. North Bend High School Wind Ensemble, thank you so much. Congratulations to the concert band, Symphonic band, and Wind Ensemble. It's been a great year of band. Thank you so much. Have a great night.